Okay, and welcome back to this lesson on the Toolmakers clamp. Now, before we go too deep into modeling out these components, I just want to cover a little pitfall that students can fall into when copying or saving as different documents. I'm going to show a couple of little hazards to try and avoid. So the first thing, I've still got my component open. I'm just going to hit the save icon and make sure I've saved that. And what I want to do first up is create an assembly. So I'm going to go New, Assembly, and click OK. So this is going to pop open the assembly and beginning assembly dialog box. Now, if you haven't got a document open or you haven't saved your document, there won't be any documents here. So it will automatically default to a browser. So it'll actually open up a browser like this, and it wants you to navigate to an open file. And we don't want to do that. We do just want to use our open file. So if I click on this part that I do have open and I drag out into the graphics area, you'll see that I get this option to place it anywhere in the graphics area. Now, being the first component, I don't want to just place it anywhere. I want it to have the same position as the assembly planes and parts assembly planes so that they match up. So I lock it in at the same. Now to do that, I simply hit the green tick. So it's going to place it in a specific position. I'll explain. Alright, so I'll hit the green tick, and that's now locked that in. In the design tree of an assembly here now, I have this component, and I've got my front plane, top plane, and right plane, and origin of the assembly. And notice where it is, it's that same position on the part. And if I come down into the part, I expand the design tree of the component, I can see the front plane, top plane, and the right plane are the same position. So this part's now been dropped in that same position as the assembly, and it happens for the first component or when you click on that tick to insert a component. The other thing it does with the first component is it will make it a fixed. So that's what this F in the front of the file name represents. If I right click on the part in the design tree, I get this option here to float. So if I click that tick, it will now make that float. And I'll get this little hyphen now. And that means now I can drag this anywhere. And now the front plane and origin are over here for the assembly, but the part origin is there. So it's now been moved. Now I'm going to hit the Control Z to undo those until it does that. That means I'm going to have to insert it again. Assembly, insert component, come back, hit the green tick. So now I'm back where I was. So now my origin and the part origin are still the same. Okay, so you've got float and you've got fixed. So that's got that there. So now that I've got that in place, notice that in the assembly, my part number is part number 1. Now, I want to create a copy. So I want to save this original part as part number 2, which is the sliding jaw. So the sliding jaw is part number 2. So I want to copy this. So I'm going to Control Tab back to the part. So I'm now in the part here. Now this is the pitfall with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to do a couple of things to highlight. The first one is I'm going to add a chamfer to this. Now this is not part of the design. I'm just pointing something out here. I'm just going to add a feature that I want to disappear on me. So I'm going to click on this. Alright, so now I've added a feature, but what I want to do also is create a copy of this part. Okay, So notice I've got a chamfer here, and I'm still in part number 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to, instead of pressing save, don't press save, all right, you should press save if you want that feature to stay. What I'm going to do is going to go save as. Now I will get this annoying dialog box. Now if you do this and you understand the system, you probably want this dialog box to keep coming up. Otherwise, I check this box to don't annoy me again. But it is highly recommended that you keep this to remind you of these pitfalls. The best practice would be to save a copy and open it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to highlight what happens when you don't. I'm going to click Save As. I'm going to save this as part number 2. So now all I've done is I've changed that part number, and it's now part number 2. I'm going to click Save. So now this part, now I've only got 2 documents open still. So I've got the assembly and I've now got part number 2 still open. All right, now I didn't want that chamfer. That chamfer is crap. I'm just going to delete that chamfer. So yes, I'm going to delete that out. So that's the first thing. All right, so I've got rid of that chamfer. I don't want that. I'm going to click Save and make sure that it's no longer there for that particular component. I'll go into the other differences for part 2 later, but what I do want to show you is the assembly. If I Control Tab back to the assembly. Now because I saved as, all right, and the assembly was open, notice now that the part number in here is part number 2. So this can be a desired effect, but we didn't really want. We still wanted part number 1 to be in here. Okay, so now I've got part 2 in here, but what I want is I need to insert it. So I'm going to insert part number 1. So now, because it's not an open document, I have to browse. I'm going to open part number 1. I'm going to open it, and this time I'm going to place it in. So I'm just going to place this here, and I am going to use this little what do they call it, rotation context menu, and I want to rotate around the x-axis. So you can see the x-axis, and rotate around the x, and it makes it flip. So now it's sitting the way it would in the assembly. So now I can place this, and notice how when I did place this second component, I've now got it. But wait, what happened to that chamfer? So this is the other pitfall that students can fall into. All right, notice that when I did create that chamfer, I created the chamfer at the end there, and then I went Save As. Because I didn't click Save, any features that were created between the last save and the Save As get lost into cyberspace. And some people can lose quite a lot of work when that happens. So this is one of the pitfalls that can happen. Now, if you do want to change the component and the name of it, it is a trick, and I do use it quite a bit to make the components change in the assembly. I can, all right, go in here and I can replace components. So I can replace a component, but that's another tutorial in itself there. But this is a couple of the pitfalls. I'm not going to save this assembly there, and I am going to delete my second document. No, I'll keep it, and I'll go through changing that. But the next video, we will recreate the component a different way using a sketch of the different plane.